I'm not going to say a single word about the Tennessee Titans record against the Indianapolis Colts because I was a punter, and there's no reason for me to talk about that. With that being said, we did not punt much against the Tennessee Titans, so you probably have no clue who I am to begin.
Look, I'm unstoppable. Forget your defense, nothing but an obstacle. Run it back, switch it up, call it audible. Serving up them Hail Marys till the game over with the showstopper. So hot, you gotta blow on it. I said I'll huff and I'll puff, then I'll pass to my left while I'm looking to my right. Hit them right in the chest. It be looking like magic, better give me the throne. I ain't talking about Patrick, but I rep my home. I'm never at the end of my zone. I'm bad to the bone, eating up these pig skins like they chicharrones. And you a douche cabron. Mira, mira at the mirror on the wall. I'm the greatest of them all. They gon' put me in the hall. Your name is only written in a bathroom stall. Quit your stalling and make a play. My drive too long, pop the clutch, I don't pump the brakes. I know what it takes to gain the muscle, get rugged. These butterfingers be fumbling, squash the scrimmage and rub it in Robitussin. How I give them concussion, they see in double, they rushing and pass the shovel, the dirt and rubble, I bury them under it. Stay in your huddle and get 10 yards back, never turn your back. I'ma pull your flag, I go full contact, out punch, out kick like a shotgun.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. We'll just go ahead and get right into it. We're running a little bit behind. My bad for that, a little bit of technical issues, but how's everybody doing this evening? This is the HorseShoe Mob podcast where we're talking about everything Colts. And you know what? It's a great show. And it's been a little bit of a slow week, a little bit of a slow news week. But you want to know why this is a great episode? Because week 1 is officially 5 days away. As the title of this particular podcast says, we made it. We finally made it. The season is here. We've been waiting for it. We've been talking about everything from JT to gambling to, I mean, listen, you name it. If it's ridiculous, the Colts have been involved in it. I mean, hell, we were talking about orcas for God knows how long. So I mean, listen, we're officially here. So you know what? Let's go ahead, just introduce the guys real quick, and then we can just get right into it. So we have with us in his professional Colts attire today, because he had on a jersey that had some poop on it.
We're not gonna talk about that. We're going to, 5 days away. We're going to move on from the previous jersey I had on.
So let me tell you something, people. Josh does stuff because he knows it'll piss me off. he does things purposely because you know what? He likes testing me. He likes testing me.
Hey, you the older brother, so I have to.
Listen, barely, okay? barely. All right. I got you by approximately 2 hours and 36 minutes. So yeah, exactly. So then, without further ado, on from the Jersey tomfoolery, we have with us the man who is generally inciting rage in all fan bases. It's not even the AFC South anymore. He's just like, listen, if you're not a Colts fan, I'm going to make you mad today. But he does it in the quietest way possible. And that's Austin Cook, everybody.
Yeah.
I'm Austin.
He's oh no, listen, he does that, hey, and then but no, he listen, if you're in a group with him, he coming in hot. That's his that's him. So yeah. And I'm Chris Jackson. I'm gonna say I'm the least troublemaking out of the three.
No.
Yeah.
You got the famous phrase of going places and eating faces.
Listen, just because I have more taglines than a battle rapper, that don't mean that I'd be out there like actively looking for trouble. It just means I'm just a little witty every now and then, a little sarcasm. But you know what? Wittiness goes a long way, So hey, you take it for what it is. All right. Yes. So after all of that, welcome back, everybody. Like, comment, share, put everything. Like I said, just make sure that you're commenting. Let us know where you're from. So like I said, the season is upon us. So make sure you are visiting www.fanbattlesports.com. You'll have the newest article that Josh put out. I believe it was just a couple days ago. just a couple days ago. Okay, man's on fire. All right, listen.
I got more on the way. I got more on the way.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, there we go. See, there we see. No, Josh, you got to complete the trifecta. Got to complete the trifecta. Go ahead.
My phone, my tripod moving up.
You know, yeah.
Good night, baby girl. Oh, there, it's working now.
There you go. Okay, fantastic. I'm glad that it's finally working. Yes. All right. Oh, looks like the camera's not working either. Interesting. But yeah, so but yeah, man, make sure you go to fanbattlesports.com where you will see all the new articles. You'll be able to see past podcasts. You'll be able to download them from Spreaker, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to your music or podcast. You'll be able to find us there. And yeah, so without further ado, let's just get right into it, man. Listen, the season is here. So, of course, like I said, during this week, there's generally not a whole lot going on. But you know what? It's actually a pretty good time because now it's just like all the stuff that we've been talking about, everything that we've seen, it actually gets to be put to the test, right? So now before we go any further, I want to get because I'm not going to ask you about the game yet. Of course, that's going to be much later on. But right now, what is the consensus? What is and this is your personal opinion, how you feel about the construction of the team, how the team is right this moment? Like, I want to know what's your general consensus of the team as of right
now. So for me, I think we're young. Obviously we have one of the three youngest teams in the league.
Yeah.
There's not much expectation going into the year. Like we want, wins would be nice, but it's not like we're going into it expecting to shock the world and win 12 games or whatever. We're young, and as long as we see improvement, I'll be happy with this season.
Okay. What about you, Josh? Like, what is like? Because I know that we've all had a lot to say, but I know that you've been very vocal about what you've thought about this team, and like I'm gonna say Ballard's approach this offseason. So, like, as the team stands right now, knowing what it's just like, where do you stand in terms of your opinions of the team? Like, have they changed? Do you feel a little bit better, kind of like getting an idea of the team, or like where are you at right now?
Before I begin this segment, I want to point out that Chris Angels was at Lucas Oil Stadium this past weekend, so I wanted to let you guys know that he was there. He had a show there, and University paid for it. So get that out the way. But
I'm sorry. I was trying to find somebody who gives a damn.
Yeah, me neither. I'm still the same. I mean, I still feel the same, man. I've said it for the longest. I have no expectations past winning at least, 8 games, 9 games. I mean, the lowest is 6 games. I mean, if we win 6 games, I'll just be happy if we win 7 games because it's an improvement from last season. Last season was terrible as hell. If we can't get any worse than that with this team here. Yeah, we still young, like Austin said, one of the few youngest teams in the NFL. But I like that. I like that we have no 30-year-olds on our team. None. Everybody's
29 and under.
29 and under, so which is good.
I think Ryan Kelly is 30.
Ryan Kelly. I think Ryan Kelly is the oldest. I think he's exactly 30. So yeah.
And what about Luke Rose? He old too, I think.
Rose is like Rose is I think late 20s. So
okay. And so I mean, it just we just as long as they want them to compete every game, who cares about the wins and losses? They want them to compete. We're going in with a young offensive team and defensive team. So I'm excited to see. Like I said, I've been posting about it and talking about it and writing about it. I just want to see some wild plays. I want to see some hits. A nice nasty defense, whether it be top 15, an offense, whether it be top 20. I just want to see some excitement. it's gonna be some growing pains. It's gonna take some bad losses. It's gonna take some lucky wins. It's gonna take a collective effort for a team to take what we got this year and build on it to next year, and that's what I want to see.
Okay.
Now,
Yeah,
let me also say, I'm still gonna come on here every week and predict we're gonna win the next game.
You're right. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say, "Hey, we lose every game." I'll never do that.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. But and I think, so there's two comments. So Jared Roberts on YouTube, what's going on, Jared? He says, "What's up, guys? Any of y'all going to the kickoff concert?" So I don't think any of us are going to be at the kickoff concert, only because we're collectively outside of Indianapolis. We are coordinating games. I think I'll be at the Week 5 game, and then I think we're all setting up to be at I think, what is it, Week 13 against the Steelers?
17 or 16, something like that.
17, 16, somewhere around there. Oh, no. It's Week 15. Week 15.
Okay, perfect. Yeah.
Week 15, yeah. So it's Week 15. So, like I said, that's when we're gonna be out there. But yeah. But in the meantime, like I said, since we won't be out there, definitely go ahead and see our guys at the Sig Podcast Anvil show, because yeah, those are our guys. So yeah, make sure that you're looking out. And then we have Lavelle with a pretty interesting comment. He says the direction outside of Taylor fiasco is okay. He said, I'm still not 100% that Pittman is wide receiver 1, but for now he's who we got, which of course isn't a bad thing. I think overall you'll see a lot of positive, but our wide receivers will be questionable.
Yeah, that's a decent assessment.
Yeah, I mean, because if you look at it, it's just like carrying 4 wide receivers going into the season with the way that injuries and everything is set up. It's just like it is a risky thing, because I mean, and of course, knock on wood, just not even trying to say, but it's just like, guys get hurt during the game. You lose 2 wide receivers. You have 2 wide receivers the whole rest of the game, and then it's just like you've basically just made yourself one-dimensional. So I mean, go ahead.
We got our guys on the practice squad. I feel like at least one of them's going to get called up before the game.
On Saturday, by Saturday,
or Strawn. One of those guys, I think, will get called up.
Yeah, or we could trade for Mike Evans on Friday.
Yeah,
Ooh. Okay, I like.
Okay, here I'm gonna rescind that. I'm gonna rescind that because that was that. I saw the look in your eyes. I did not like it. I did not like that at all.
Wow. Okay.
I gave you too much hope on that one. So my fault. Okay. My bad. I'll own up to that. I'm holding myself accountable.
Well, the thing is, it wouldn't be like our division will have old receivers. You got Hopkins, you got Calvin Ridley, you got old ass Robert Woods. So having Mike Evans, he'll just fit in. And he's injury prone.
Yeah. but so like, I mean, as a whole, I think this team has the ability to either be what we believe it is or be a serious sleeper. Because I mean, if you really think about it right now, you look at the construction of this team, then you see the team as a whole right now. It's just like you have a lot of youth on the defensive side. You have EJ Speed playing in the starting linebacker role, and I know that he's had some experience in it because of injuries, but he hasn't had like that. Yes, you're in the start. This is what you're doing. And I mean, we got Samson Ibukum, who's new to the system. We have, I think we have Daryl Baker. We have Brent. You have, I'm going to say you have Jalen Jones. You have all these guys who are kind of new to there. You have Nick Cross, who was there last year, but this will be his first year, like fully starting. So there's a lot of, I'm going to say, I'm not even going to say question marks. There's a lot of youth that is either going to be youthful in the way that they go ahead and take that approach, or like I said, they're going to be a team that will be able to go ahead and make sure that they're in spots that they need to be in order to make the plays that they're going to need to make.
I agree. Like you said, I mean, I saw the unofficial depth chart. It does have Flowers and Baker on the outside, and it has Julian, who switched position, starting uh, over I forgot the Cross right now. Just right now. So I don't know. Things could change between today and Friday. Who knows what could happen? It could change on game day.
I'm sure it'll go based on sets. But Clarence Austin Jr. says, "Pick your poison." Kirk, Ridley, Jones, ETN, and he put an abbreviation because he can't spell ETN. Bigsby, Ingram, Agnew, OMG, Colts fans, what you gonna do? Colts corners are in trouble. I mean, is it bad that it's just like as great as that sounds on paper? They still have yet to play. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, like I said, it's just like, what are you going to get with Ridley? Because you could very easily be getting the Ridley that went off for what 1,400 yards. What was that, 3 or 4 years ago?
Yeah, that one season that he was good.
Or you could get the Calvin Ridley, who in very very limited fashion at number one, just really did not light the world on fire before he got hurt, or no, before he got hurt. So I mean, as it stands right now, it's just like I not shortchanging the Jaguars, but I mean, I think they have a lot more unprovens than we're gonna go ahead and that we're actually gonna talk about. But like I said, I think it should absolutely be a good game. But speaking of, and I know that we were talking about youth, but Gus Bradley says that week one will be a good test. Now, once again, the Gus Bradley, defensive coordinator, how because we know that, like I said, of course, he's going to see all the youth. What do you feel like he's saying will be the test? Will it be what Clarence was alluding to with, with the offense of the Jaguars seeming like it's loaded and everything, or?
Yeah, I mean it's a ton of weapons. With the three receivers that he mentioned, then the tight end, then you got the running backs, several running backs. Last year they had one guy, Hasty. He rushed for like a 70-yard touchdown on us.
Yeah, JaMychal Hasty.
Yeah, so I mean, and they got the other Tisby. They got him too. They drafted from I think it's Auburn. I think I can't remember the
Tank Bigsby.
Yeah, is it Auburn you went to?
I
can't remember.
I think so.
But you got a lot of weapons that for the young quarterback to throw to. I mean, he's gonna pass. He's gonna feed the hot hand. He's gonna feed Calvin. He's gonna feed Kirk. He's gonna feed Zay Jones. He's gonna feed his weapons, and then you got the tight end. He's gonna feed as well. So it's like you said, pick your poison type of Sunday. We'll have our hands full. Hopefully, Shaq is there. I mean, he's our leader. Hopefully, he's there to at least help with that. If he's out because of concussion, it's a long day.
Yeah. And I do. So I'm going to say my general thought process is the fact that we've seen what has been put out there for the last few years. I'm going to say it's just like we've seen exactly just like how flat that we've come out. So it's I'm gonna say I'm excited to see what's going on regarding how this is gonna break down, but at the same time I'm not going into it with the same thought process that I did when Frank Reich was coaching, because losing week one to Jacksonville at home was almost always a certainty. Now the thing is, of course, we're playing in Lucas Oil, and when you play in Lucas Oil, and not only that, but you have a whole new team. You have something new that people have to game plan for. And so, when it comes to the actual game planning, like I get it. It's just like I commend Jags fans for being super confident. But you know what? To me personally, it's just like we know exactly who we have, but the question is, how will it be implemented? And if the biggest question is going to be, is what we saw in the or in the preseason what they're going to be putting out there in terms of product? Because I mean, we could think about the little screen dump offs to Evan Hull, and the sideline passes, just the one-off deep pass to Alec Pierce. But the thing is the offensive game plan on week one on Sunday going to be the exact same? And to me personally, it's just like I don't think that it is. I just think that that's the best, like what we saw from when they put Richardson out there, when they were doing all the things that they were doing. that was going to be the way that they pretty much just got Anthony Richardson those reps that he needed to be able to like actually just start to warm up and get a feel for game speed and everything else.
Yeah, it's definitely not. It's definitely an unfinished product. We didn't. We know we didn't see this offense. It's still, they could have there's plays that they left on the field in those 3 games. So we're definitely going to see more of those plays come Sunday. He's going to be a young guy, but we know what they're going to do.
Yeah.
We know y'all know what they're going to do.
Yeah.
They're going to use his legs. They're going to use his strength. They said like we seen the press conference. They're going to use him to his strength, and we know his strengths are hard, and they're going to hide the weaknesses.
Yeah, and you know what? I think another thing, and well, before we do that, hold on one second. But before we go any further, one of our guys from the Sick Podcast, Acosta, he says, "What it do? What's going on, Acosta? Glad to have you on. Glad to see you." But yeah, so and this is something. I like this. I like this discourse. I like this. This is cool. So he says, please put Shaq on Ingram. Ingram runs a 4-4, and Shaq, OMG, please don't do that. The Colts game plan, run Richardson, have him throw 5 to 7 yard passes, play action all day. That's the Colts game plan. I mean, I'm glad because when it comes down to it, if that's what's going to happen all game and you can't stop it, then that means that you just got beat by 5 to 7 yard pass plays on play action all day. So, I mean, that sounds good on paper, but so do, Ridley and, Jones and Kirk and Bigsby and, Samuel L. I don't know who else, whoever you have on Jacksonville now.
From what I'm taking out, these last couple of days of press conference is that we're going to be a run-heavy team on Sunday with the quarterback and the running back by committee. That's how I'm taking it. We're not going. I see us throwing the ball maybe 15 times.
Fair, and I think that's more than fair because like that makes a lot of sense. Because I mean, like, why wouldn't you in this case? Because you know that you have running backs, and I think I spoke about this yesterday on the AFC South Fan Battle podcast. You have different running backs that can do very, very different things, and in a committee, it's just like. You don't just have one guy that you're going to for everything. You have a few guys who have these skill sets that make it so that they're hard to match up with in a lot of different schemes. So I'm just going to say I'm not necessarily worried about it only because of the fact that, like I said, it's just I think the game plan is going to be very versatile. But with that being said, what are going to be the keys to victory for this upcoming Sunday's game?
I mean, obviously, our defense, our young guys, they have to step up and play good because, like y'all said, they do have weapons that could go off. Like, they have a few of them that could go off. So our defense definitely has to step up and play well. And Anthony Richardson he has to go out there and be himself. He can't play scared. He has to run the ball if he needs to run the ball. If he needs to air it out,
Yeah. What about you, Josh?
I mean, I agree. I mean, it's simple. I mean, go out there, have fun. He's a young guy. He's going to make mistakes. He's going to throw a pick. He might fumble. He's going to have those jitteries. This is his first live NFL game in front of his home fans. He's going to try to go out and he shouldn't go out and be a hero. Just go out and play the game. Whatever play is called from the OC, make that play, make that read. And like you said, we don't know about the offensive line, but we'll see how that holds up. On the defense, we got a young secondary. We have young defense. Yeah. Just make your read, man. Make the right play. Don't try to be. Maniac gonna be all over the place. If he plays, he's gonna be all over the place. He hasn't played in 2 years. He's gonna be ready to play. But just play your assignment. Do your cover your gap. This is you. This is your guy. It's just gonna be. I mean, don't be intimidated. Why be intimidated? Don't be intimidated. It's Jacksonville Jaguars. They haven't beaten you at home in a long time. Don't be intimidated. Just play your game, and you'll come out with the victory. Score points. He said, "You got score your points. Don't try to be Frank Wright. If it's a field goal available, get that field goal. If it's, don't try to do everything all at once. Get your field goal, get your 3 points, kick the ball off, and allow your defense to get a turnover."
Yep, exactly.
Sounds like somebody drafted Matt Gay in fantasy.
don't do that, Josh. We know who it was.
Who?
You're guilty. You're guilty. But I'm going to say it's this team on offense needs to just come out fast.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can set the tone against Jacksonville in a lot of different ways. But if you come out offensively and then you come out quick, then that means that they kind of have to match that. And then when that comes down to being able for their offense being able to match, because honestly, right now, I think Jacksonville's O-line is probably in like the worst shape that it's going to be. I mean, they have guys missing, they have guys who are injured. So I think it's just like right now, it's going to be generating that pressure up front. If Grove and Buckner get off to like a good start and they can get to Trevor Lawrence early, I think that's going to create a lot of issues for that offense. I don't care how many people you have. I don't think it's going to make up for the fact that offensive line right now is just not that great. And I mean, I know that like we complain about our offensive line, but it's like the Jags offensive line right now is just, it's not as strong as it should be. And that's just because of the people who are missing.
Right. Well, right now, our line probably, as it is, it's pretty much better than everybody else because you got the Titans offensive line is really bad. All the injuries happen with the Texans offensive line, and likewise with the Jacksonville. Our line is pretty much, with the addition of Fries and Bernard, pretty much the same starting lineup we had to finish the season last year. So we bring the same guys back. I'm really not so worried about the right guard. I mean, I know we mentioned about it a lot. We had talked about it, but I mean, see what Fries can do, and if he ain't the guy, then you got Freeland because he played guard and tackle. So Freeland didn't play bad in preseason, so I wouldn't put him out right now. Just give him some time to sit behind Brady Smith. But one way to stop that offense over there, stop Trevor Lawrence and those weapons, is that run the ball. If they can't stop it, keep running it.
Yeah,
keep out the field, run whatever, keep doing. Throw everything at them. Like you said, they can't stop it. I mean, it's going to be a long day for them. Trevor Lawrence is going to be on the sideline waiting for the ball because we're going to keep managing. We're going to keep managing the clock. We're going to have the time of possession, and we usually the team with the most usually the team that has the most time of possession wins the game.
Yeah, and I think that's something that I think Shane came in just kind of preaching, like everybody doing their job. It wasn't the chopping wood, climbing mountains, put the rings around the bottle or whatever type of carnival game phrase you wanted to say. It's just like, it was literally just doing your job. And that's what it's going to boil down to. Because, I mean, like I said, if you're telling Anthony Richardson, it's just like, hey, go out there, play your game, just get comfortable, just follow the plan, do what you got to do. Then, it's just like he's going to go out there and he's going to play the way that he's going to, or the way that he needs to. It's not too much pressure. No, nothing crazy, but I think it's going to be it's going to be a game where, like I said, it's just like you're going to see a couple of mistakes. I mean, I'm going to be completely honest. You're going to see a couple of mistakes, but the thing is, it's going to be, how do they bounce back after the mistakes, and how are they going to be able to, I'm going to say, answer if for some reason those mistakes lead to Jacksonville, let's just say, capitalizing on a turnover or something crazy like that. And I think that's going to be like the biggest test of what's going to happen regarding this, because, like I said, it's just like AR is playing his first game against a division rival. The great thing is that it's at home. So, now it's just like you don't have that pressure of trying to win it in a place that the Colts haven't won at, since 2014. So like I said, I think that's where I stand as far as that goes. But it sounds like everybody's kind of on the same page. But get to a couple more. It's just like mid-scoring game, gonna come down to the wire. Sarah's watching on YouTube. What's going on, Sarah? My 3 Colts I have in my league are Pittman Jr., Gay, and Colts defense. It sounds like you drafted Josh Senior's team.
No. I only draft. Well, I drafted AR.
Well.
No. But both of those were auto picks, so I didn't do that.
Yeah, but you probably queued those up, didn't you?
Both of those auto picks. So okay, moving on.
Oh, now we're moving on. Okay. And then he said, no, JT and A are looking trashy, talking about they can't stop it and winning time of possession. You know what? West Virginia Mountains or whatever your name is, I don't like your attitude. All right? So you know what?
You said Brokeback Mountain.
No, not Brokeback Mountain.
Oh.
First off, sir, West V Mountain. Jesus, that does not sound like Brokeback. Let's not go there. All right. And then Sarah says, my QBs are Burrow and Goff. So wait, who did I get at QB? I think I got who did I get? Did I get Herbert? I think I got Herbert and somebody else. So I had a bunch of completely random. I had a bunch of fantasy drafts where I was number 1 pick overall.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate number 1 pick overall because you literally just have to pick one person. So yeah, I have Justin Jefferson like as my number 1 wide receiver. And then after that, it's a crapshoot at quarterback because I didn't know exactly what I needed to do. So yeah, take with that what you will. And then it says, go Colts. Thank you for that, Sarah. Appreciate the support as always. And all right. So we're back to this. Predictions for the game. What do we got?
Colts by 70. We're gonna see what happened when Oklahoma paid that coach and he's on the sideline about to cry. We're gonna see Doug Pearson crying on the sideline because we're gonna blow their ass out.
So what is your real score breakdown for the end of the game, Josh?
I say we win by 13. We win by 13.
13? Okay. Austin, let me hear it.
Austin worse than me.
I'm gonna say we're gonna win 31-24.
Okay.
And Kwity Paye is gonna have 2 sacks.
Ooh, nice. I thought Austin was gonna say we're gonna get the ball and we're gonna score. Like I thought he was gonna pull a Hasselbeck, just be like, oh, I don't know about honestly, I have a feeling, and this is just my prediction. I think the Jags will go up early. Might be a mistake early on. Not even on AR, but just by us. Then we end up getting our composure, kind of rebounding, battle it out, but we end up winning, I want to say 27-24.
Matt Gay, appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, yeah, because you picked him on your fantasy team. So, tomato, potato. So, yes. But then with that being said, you know what? We're gonna see this over the weekend. We're gonna see whatever it is. So yeah. And I don't know where everybody's watching the game, but I did want to put everybody up on game. If you still have a school-based email or a college email, you can actually register to get the NFL Sunday ticket. You can get the subscription for the whole entire season for $107. And that includes the red zone package in that as well, I believe. So yeah, do with that information what you will.
I see you, man. Free promotion.
Yeah, man, listen, sometimes you gotta be the plug. But in the meantime, people, we are gonna get out of here. Guys, tell the people where they can find you, starting with you, Austin.
Yeah, you can find me on X at CookieAustin2.
There you go, Austin. There you go. I'm rubbing off on you, man. Good one. Yes.
I hate it here. I hate it here. I really do. Go ahead, Josh. Go ahead.
Hey, you can also find me on X at Official Josh Senior, and I got something coming up with the article, and I also will be on Longhorn Fan Battle Thursday as Alabama beat the brakes off the Longhorns.
Whatever. Listen here, okay? I'm sick of y'all with this X stuff, okay? It's Twitter. I don't care if Elon wants to change Twitter's pronouns to X, okay? Listen, it's Twitter. And you can find me on Twitter at CJ Colts fan. You can also find the podcast at horseshoe underscore mob. So please make sure that you're following us there too. And we actually have next week. Make sure that you are here. We will be doing our analysis of our week 1 game versus Jacksonville. And we're going to have the hardest working woman in showbiz right now. Or not showbiz, in sports journalism right now. We're going to have Megan Hall on the show next week, same time, 8:30 Central, 9:30 Eastern. So yeah, make sure that you're tuning in. Make sure that you're doing that. But yeah, so in the meantime, people, thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next week. Go Colts. Hopefully get this big win over Jacksonville. And also, you know,
break a curse.
Break that curse. I'm saying you get that win week 1, I'll be completely cool with that. Not just that, but you know what I'm completely cool with? The fact that Sam loves Jalen Ramsey. So, you know.